Well, you step up on the deck in the early morning mist, praying hopefully that you won't miss. You strip out sunlight, practiced 1,000 times. God says dead ahead, moving to the left. See a tailfin swirl, nothing matters in the world but the perfect presentation of the fly. You lift your rod tip, you pull back and flip, and watch that perfect loop as it unfurls. The cast, the strike, the swirl.
On today's Real Deal, we're back at Lindy Lake at Bill's place. Bill?
Yep.
You've been killing them. I've been watching you on Facebook. I'm sure everybody has.
Yeah, fish are coming to life. Bass are coming to life.
It's springtime. What's kind of been the pattern for you?
Well, I'm still catching them off the deeper rock piles, but I've seen they're moving in. I've been looking off the dock here. I've seen some small bass coming in. The bluegills are up, making their nest, so the bass are right behind them. So I think today we could target the intermediate area between the deeper water rock piles and the shoreline. Like in the first drop off, we might be getting them.
I was watching a bass show, and the one angler said, right now a great area to be fishing is right where you start losing eyesight of where the bottom hits the deep water. So when you're out in a paddle boat like one of the ones we'll be fishing out of, that's a good site to look at, where the water starts getting into that depth range that you can't see the bottom. So that's where the fish are probably going to be holding up.
Yeah, we'll try a few things today and see what works out. But I'm sure we'll get something. I'm sure.
We got some Dirty Bird lures, and I got some Power Team lizards. We're going to be throwing them out, and let's see what happens here. I'm really excited.
All right, let's do it.
Let's go. Fishing Lindy Lake today was very special. Caitlin got her first bass, and it was so exciting to see her land it and hold it up for a picture.
Kai-tech.
There you go.
He's pretty. Pretty slimy.
Put him back.
All right. Bye, fishy. You okay?
There you go.
He's slimy.
So what did you think about catching your first bass?
Exciting.
Got
exciting.
Got it on the Kai-tech.
Got it on the Kai-tech. Cool. Let's go catch more.
He's a nice little guy, getting on the shoreline in about 8 feet of water off the shoreline. So they're pulling in. Water's warmer. Sure isn't no 33 degrees, 34 anymore. It's up to 53. So they're moving in. So we're going to concentrate on moving a little shallower. Here he goes. Off he goes. Excellent. They're moving in.
Keep it real. Spinnerbait fishing on today's episode of the Real Deal Fishing Show. Okay, folks. Spinnerbait bassing. See boat docks, throw that spinnerbait out, retrieve it really slow. They're holding really tight to the shoreline today. This is a good bass, good 2-pounder. So let's get that spinnerbait out of his mouth, and we're gonna let this guy go. This is the real deal. This is what it's about. Springtime bass fishing, private waters, Like I said, you know people, ask them. I'm sure they'll let you fish them. Great bass fishing opportunities here in the Garden State. Yeah. Keep it real. The key was spinnerbaits for me. All my bites came from casting towards the shoreline and retrieving the spinnerbait back to the kayak. The bass bit right in between the midwater, between where the shallows get into the deep. Yeah, son, this is keeping it real. This is what we mean when we say keep it real. Trophy bass. How's it going? Bella, over there. Spinnerbaits on the shoreline. You do that, catch these puppies. This is a solid big bass. This is 3.5. We've been catching them consistently by throwing to the shoreline. So right now we're in the middle of April and we're catching them right off the shoreline. They're big hogs like this. Return them back to the water. You know, the spawn is coming. These bass are going to be starting to lay eggs and protect their nests. So we're going to let this guy go. Catch and release, we encourage on the Real Deal. Loving my spinnerbait today. Spinnerbait bite is on. Water's in the 50s. This is a nice bass. Good 2.5 pound, 3 pounder. And like I said, working that spinnerbait. You work the edge. Right here I'm casting right towards all the brick walls and the rock piles on the shoreline. And we're keeping it real as it can get out here. And I'm loving every minute of it. I feel like Roland Martin right now. So we're gonna let this baby go. Remember, catch and release. Don't keep any of these guys. They're gonna be spawning soon. So put these guys right back in the water. Real Deal loving, baby. Oh yeah, I got you. What do you guys say about that? I love springtime fishing. Water's hitting 50, so the bass are gonna start getting active and start moving into shallow water areas. Getting ready for that spawn that's gonna be coming up. We're right smack dab in the middle of April, and we're fishing spinnerbaits today. I had a feeling to throw up under here, and I think the feeling was a good one. This is a good, solid 3 pound largemouth bass, maybe more, 3.5, 10 pounder. Catching them all here on Bill's private water. So, another nice solid one. Catching them, throwing out that spinnerbait, working it, and retrieving it really slow, and catching them. So you can do the same thing too. Put this guy back. Wow. You thought the other one was big? Oh. I never will get tired of doing this. Spinnerbait bassing right here. Private waters hold big numbers of fish. Ask friends that own houses on private waters like I did to Bill. I can come by and fish a little. Fishing that spinnerbait, and that's been the key. Spinnerbait fish in early spring. Pick up spinnerbaits. This one's the color of like a perch. We got some oranges, some yellows, and just throwing them right up on that shoreline, catching bass. The day couldn't go any better than this. Thanks for watching the Real Deal Fishing Show. It means a lot to us that you tune in and that we're developing a little bit of a fan base out there on YouTube and all over the great state of New Jersey and all the states in between. That was some Real Deal loving, babe. You caught it on video. Wow. Beautiful, healthy bass. So, what do we have to say to the camera? Keep it real.
Folks at home, Ike here. Have you ever felt down and out? Have you ever felt like your back's against the ropes? The obstacles are